I'm joined by somebody who has been working tirelessly for years and for Kejriwal in months. Finally, you have been able to get that much required relief.
You have caught me right at the end of court. I'll be speaking with your colleagues and yourselves in the evening. I don't want to say much on this, except that it's a good feeling, it's a happy feeling, it's a well-deserved release. And despite all the information or misinformation you are hearing in the media, the bottom line is that both the learned judges have concurred unanimously and unconditionally on the fact that he deserves to be released on bail. That's my takeaway. The rest are the nuances of the judgment, which we'll discuss in your evening channel shows. But I'm happy, and of course, as far as CBI is concerned, I don't think he ought to have been arrested in the first place at all. But that's a different matter.
But there is a difference on illegality of the arrest by CBI.
Of course there is. And there are legal issues. There are many nuances to it, which will have to be considered, some of which I will expatiate on in the evening.
But does this mean it goes to a larger bench, or this is dealt with that?
Well, it does not technically go to a larger bench for an interesting reason. Both judges have agreed in the result. Both judges have agreed in the relief. Both judges have agreed in the remedy, which is release. So therefore, in that sense, on a question of law, they might or might not have referred it, but they have not referred it. We'll see later on what happens.
What happens to Mr. Kejriwal now? Because you have been his legal counsel. You know the case, he walks free. That is for sure. But there are so many conditions which are so stringent that he cannot act as virtually as chief minister.
People are forgetting there is absolutely a canard to suggest that he cannot act as chief minister. There has never been any condition limiting that, number one. Number two, the conditions you are talking about have been there for many months earlier in the ED matter. Not a single new condition has been put. Number three, he is entitled to deal with and sign all files. Only the files relating to this case do not. And fourth, unfairly and wrongly, the LG's office had stopped dealing with matters unless signed by him. That part is available to him to sign with a specific clause by the Supreme Court that any file requiring the CM's signature to go to the LG shall also be signed by him.
So you are saying that he is not going to be deterred, there's not going to be an issue, his hands are not tied as chief minister?
In constitutional law, in practice, in real life, in public life, in law, justice, there is nothing known as a half chief minister. There is nothing known as a quarter chief minister. He is the chief minister. No power except the elected government or a 356 can change that status. And therefore, to suggest that in a bail matter, a condition which inhibits him from functioning as chief minister would be a constitutional canard.
But the fact that they're saying today that, the BJP is saying today is no more jail CM, he's now become a bail CM. In a sense, it's a very strong political message about what
it's a very strong jumla for which the government is known, for which the Prime Minister is known, for which the senior ministers are known. So I applaud them in keeping on coining jumlas while we keep getting bails.
You have also been with the Aam Aadmi Party supporting them legally, but you remain with the Congress Party, you're a Congress member. You haven't been able to invoke and bury the hatchet in terms of an alliance with them in Haryana.
I have no illusions about myself, but more importantly, I never mix up roles. I maintain Chinese walls for the last 20-30 years on several issues, and I think people respect that, and I'm careful about it. And that doesn't mean that I switch loyalties between law,
but
politics.
Can that Chinese wall be broken for Delhi? Is there a possibility now that there's been roles?
I will never mix up those roles. Individually, of course, I deal with everything.
So many congratulations. Here you have Mr. Singhvi, very, very happy after many years of hard work on the liquor excise policy, able to get that much required relief.